Top 10 most expensive dogs in the world. The Tibetan Mastiff ranks 4th. The top spot is valued at a staggering $3 billion per pair, enough to buy 360 Ferraris. In the world of pets, canines are not just man's most loyal companions. They can also be priceless, top-tier luxury symbols. According to the latest data from The Guardian, the global pet market has reached a massive $300 billion, with a compound annual growth rate climbing over 5.5%. It is one of the most profitable industries worldwide. From the $1.95 million Tibetan Mastiff Emperor to the wealthy German dogs with private jets and estates, these canine aristocrats have long transcended the definition of a pet. They are absolute status symbols of wealth. Today, join Journey Journals as we explore the 10 most expensive dogs on the planet. A single dog can actually sell for $7,000, equivalent to the price of a decent used car. This is the true value of the Afghan Hound. It is hailed as the Prince of Dogs, one of the oldest hunting breeds in the world, and considered by many in canine evolution as a living fossil closest to its primitive form. The Afghan Hound hails from the high mountains of Afghanistan. In the early 20th century, British officers brought them to the West, gradually establishing a standardized breed line. They were officially registered by the AKC in 1927. Stepping onto the global stage from then on, due to their harsh native environment and extreme temperatures, the Afghan Hound evolved a thick, long coat to withstand the cold. Their fur is as silky and smooth as a fine net, fluttering in the wind like a piece of moving art. However, behind that beauty is an extremely high maintenance cost. They require daily brushing to prevent tangles and mats. Regular professional grooming is also a must. Otherwise, they easily lose their signature luster. Owners must invest not only a lot of energy, but also pay for expensive grooming fees. And unlike typical breeds with high obedience, the Afghan Hound ranks low in canine intelligence tests. New commands often require over 80 repetitions to master. First-time obedience rates are even below 25%. This means they are more like partners with their own minds, rather than just obedient tools. Despite their elegant exterior, the Afghan Hound is essentially an athletic champion that loves to run. As typical sighthounds, they are naturally agile. With a strong reaction to fast-moving small animals, at least 2 hours of daily exercise is essential. Long runs, walks, or lure coursing help release their true nature. It is worth noting that the average lifespan of an Afghan Hound is 10 to 14 years, but they are prone to cataracts and hypothyroidism. Treatment costs can reach up to $3,000. Additionally, they may face heart issues, skin diseases, and complex conditions like chylothorax. These potential expenses further drive up the cost of ownership, making them synonymous with luxury pets. The steep price is also tied to rarity and pedigree. In Europe and America, top-quality Afghan Hounds often require a long wait. Sometimes they are even acquired through auctions. An outstanding Afghan Hound is more than just a pet. It is more like an investment-grade work of art. In fact, they have won numerous international dog shows. For instance, in 1957 and 1983, they won Best in Show at the famous Westminster Dog Show. In 1996, they also took top honors at the World Dog Show. The Afghan Hound is not just a star of the show ring, but has also appeared in the history of art and science. The famous painter Picasso had a soft spot for this breed. He owned Afghan Hounds named Kasbek and Kabul, and in his work, Femme au Chien, he depicted the silhouette of his wife and his beloved dog. In 2005, Korean scientists used an Afghan Hound as a prototype to successfully create the world's first cloned dog, Snuppy. This event shocked the world, putting this breed back into the global headlines. Because of the word pharaoh in its name, many people mistakenly believe the Pharaoh Hound was the breed kept by the ancient Egyptian pharaohs. However, modern DNA research reveals a different story. The Pharaoh Hound did not actually originate from ancient Egyptian canines. Instead, it is a breed that gradually evolved within the Mediterranean region. In Maltese, its name literally means rabbit dog. This is because it was originally bred primarily for chasing wild rabbits. As a medium-sized hound, it typically weighs between 20 and 25 kilograms, standing about 53 to 63 centimeters tall at the shoulder. Its slender build, agile movements, and a pair of tall, erect ears give it not only a talent for hunting, but also a certain classical elegance. Its coat is short and smooth, mostly appearing in shades of tan or chestnut. A few white spots are often found on the toes and the tip of the tail. If you ever see a Pharaoh Hound blushing, there is no need to be alarmed. It is neither out of shyness, nor due to any underlying illness. In fact, this breed blushes when excited or happy. Their ears and nose will turn a distinct shade of pink. This unique trait makes it stand out remarkably among many other breeds. The Pharaoh Hound is closely related to the Cernecco dell'Etna of Sicily. It was only about 200 years ago that it developed into a relatively independent lineage. In the 17th century, the writings of Maltese scholar Abela already mentioned its presence, noting that these hounds excelled at hunting rabbits in rugged mountainous terrain. In 1963, it was introduced to the UK and gained recognition from the FCI. To this day, it remains the only native Maltese breed recognized worldwide, earning the title of the National Dog of Malta. According to statistics from several US pet insurance agencies and various canine websites, the price of a Pharaoh Hound is generally around $7,500. High-end, show-quality specimens can even exceed $8,000. Beyond the initial purchase cost, daily maintenance for a Pharaoh Hound also requires a significant investment because they are extremely sensitive to stress. Prolonged exposure to tense environments can easily trigger serious digestive or nervous system issues. A single treatment could potentially cost over $1,500. These additional health expenses make it a luxury pet that only a few can afford. Pharaoh Hounds are intelligent, lively, and loyal. They are deeply attached to their family members, highly trainable, and love participating in family activities. As hunters, they possess a powerful prey drive, so they must be provided with ample space for exercise, and proper precautions must be taken to prevent them from suddenly chasing after small animals. With an average lifespan of 11 to 14 years, they are considered a relatively long-lived, medium-sized breed. However, due to their short coat and lack of body fat, Pharaoh Hounds have a low tolerance for cold climates. They require extra warmth during the winter. In traditional Maltese rabbit hunting, hunters often release a pair of Pharaoh Hounds to work in tandem with a ferret wearing a bell. The ferret is responsible for flushing the rabbit out of its burrow, while the hounds complete the catch using their speed and keen sense of smell. This ancient hunting method is still spoken of with great interest by enthusiasts today. In modern times, they no longer exist solely as hunters. They are more often companions or show dogs, appearing on the stages of international dog shows. The number of Dogo Argentinos registered globally each year is fewer than 300, making it one of the rarest breeds in existence. As the saying goes, rarity creates value. No wonder its price tag reaches up to $8,000. Some elite bloodlines can even break the $10,000 mark. The history of the Dogo Argentino dates back to 1928, when a doctor from Cordoba province, Argentina, Antonio Nores Martinez, sought to breed a dog capable of tackling large game in the wilderness. He used the now extinct fighting dog of Cordoba as a base, incorporating bloodlines from the Great Dane, Bulldog, Bull Terrier, and Mastiff, among many other breeds. Through rigorous selection, he finally stabilized this brand new lineage. Its entire body is covered in a smooth, white short coat. The build is sturdy, with well-defined muscular lines. The shoulder height ranges between 60 to 68 centimeters. Its weight often exceeds 40 kilograms. Because of this, it was entrusted with the mission of hunting wild boars, mountain lions, and other large wild animals. It has performed exceptionally well in hunting activities, particularly in South America and Asia. The Dogo Argentino is born with an intense prey drive. It never backs down in the face of danger. However, if given proper socialization training from a young age, it can also become an affectionate and gentle family companion. It displays an extremely high level of loyalty to its owner. That said, because this breed has such a strong hunting instinct, if training is insufficient, it may exhibit aggression towards small animals. Therefore, it is not a suitable choice for inexperienced owners. Furthermore, due to its powerful physique and prominent fighting spirit, the Dogo Argentino is classified as a dangerous breed in several countries. Private ownership is strictly restricted. For instance, in the UK, New York City in the US, and the state of Colorado. Owning this breed is actually illegal. These stringent legal restrictions mean that the supply on the legal market is much lower, and consequently the price has skyrocketed. The average lifespan of a Dogo Argentino is 12 to 14 years, but they are often plagued by certain hereditary diseases. The most common issue is hip dysplasia, which can lead to arthritis or even mobility difficulties. Treatment costs can run as high as $1,600 USD or more. Additionally, the deafness common in white-coated breeds is hard to avoid in the Dogo Argentino. Approximately 10% to 25% of individuals will be affected by unilateral or bilateral deafness, combined with hypothyroidism, gastric dilatation, and various skin problems. These potential medical expenses make the cost of keeping this dog even higher. In other words, even if you can afford the purchase price, You must also have the means to cover the ongoing care and medical bills. Most importantly, due to its incredible stamina, the Dogo Argentino requires a vast amount of daily exercise to stay healthy. At least 1 hour of vigorous activity is absolutely essential, such as running, hiking, swimming, or agility training. If exercise is lacking, it can not only lead to obesity and joint issues, but also trigger destructive behavior. It is suited for life in spacious yards or the countryside, rather than a cramped apartment environment. Fortunately, its short coat is relatively easy to maintain. A simple weekly brushing will do. However, due to its fair skin, extra attention must be paid to sun protection. Otherwise, sunburns or allergies can easily occur. The Canadian Eskimo dog was once an indispensable partner in the lives of the Inuit people. It has been featured on Canadian stamps and even appeared on the 50-cent coin, becoming an animal symbol of the Nunavut region. Clearly, this dog holds a vital position in Canadian Arctic culture. So why did it fall into such decline? The Canadian Eskimo dog, also known as the Inuit dog or Kimik, is an ancient breed with a 1,000-year history. As early as 1000 AD, the Thule people brought this breed from Siberia into North America. For sled pulling and hunting, the Canadian Eskimo dog is a medium to large breed. Males stand about 58 to 70 centimeters at the shoulder and weigh between 30 to 40 kilograms. Females are slightly smaller, standing 50 to 60 centimeters tall and weighing 18 to 30 kilograms. They possess a thick double coat. The underlayer is soft and insulating, while the outer layer is coarse and waterproof. Males often develop a thick ruff of fur around the neck resembling a mane. Their coat colors are rich, ranging from pure white, black, and gray to red and various spots, almost capturing every hue of the Arctic tundra. This breed is brave, loyal, and intelligent. With a naturally abundant energy supply, having worked as pack sled dogs for a long time, they have a very strong pack consciousness. If an owner cannot display enough authority, they might even attempt to usurp the throne. They can exhibit challenging and dominant behavior. Precisely because of this, the Canadian Eskimo dog is not suitable for families lacking experience. They also possess a powerful predatory instinct, making them highly sensitive to small animals. They are also not ideal for living with children. Training and raising them requires strict discipline and a massive amount of exercise. Otherwise, their pent-up energy can easily lead to destructive behavior, such as incessant barking, digging, or even shredding furniture. The Canadian Eskimo dog is extremely dependent on cold environments. If kept in a warm climate for long periods, they are highly prone to heat stroke. They are also susceptible to several health issues, including gastric torsion, entropion, and arthritis. High-intensity exercise and cold air are the keys to keeping them healthy. This also dictates that they are better suited for the frigid north, rather than a city apartment. However, the Canadian Eskimo dog is now on the brink of extinction. Data from 2018 shows that the global purebred population is fewer than 300. This extreme rarity has caused their market value to skyrocket. A single dog can cost as much as $8,750. You might be wondering, why has this breed become so scarce? Of course, the invention of the snowmobile meant people no longer relied on sled dogs. That is indeed a significant factor. However, if we look at the populations of other sled dogs, such as Alaskans or Huskies, it is clear that technology is not the only reason. In fact, between 1950 and 1970, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police initiated a mass culling. Records suggest that approximately 20,000 Canadian Eskimo dogs were killed. The goal was to dismantle the traditional Inuit way of life. This man-made catastrophic blow is something the breed has never fully recovered from. If you think of the Rottweiler as just a simple house pet, you could not be more wrong. In fact, during World War I and World War II, they were widely used as messengers, transporters, and for protection. They even assisted in search and rescue at disaster sites. They are truly exceptional rescue dogs. The Rottweiler, also known as the Rotti, originates from Germany and is a robust working breed. Males typically stand 61 to 69 centimeters at the shoulder and weigh between 41 and 50 kilograms. Females are slightly smaller. Their coat features a classic double-layered structure. The outer layer is short and dense, while the undercoat is thick, primarily distributed around the neck and thighs. Their color is black with distinct tan markings. They possess a majestic and powerful appearance. The Rottweiler's most prominent traits are loyalty and courage. Consequently, they are frequently used as guard and working dogs. The history of this breed can be traced back to the Roman Empire. Back then, Roman legions needed to protect cattle and supplies, so they brought Rottweiler-like dogs across the Alps. They bred in the Rottweil region of southern Germany, gradually becoming the butcher's right-hand assistants. Thus, they were known as Rottweil butcher's dogs. They were not just responsible for herding livestock. They could pull carts and even guard their master's money pouches. As railways replaced animal labor for transport, Rottweiler numbers plummeted drastically. It was not until the late 19th century that they were valued again, eventually becoming world-renowned as elite working dogs. In 1931, the American Kennel Club officially registered the breed. From then on, the Rottweiler stepped onto the international stage. Although the Rottweiler is physically powerful, the breed is highly prone to various canine diseases, specifically hip and elbow dysplasia, as well as cancer. Research shows that malignancies like osteosarcoma are the primary cause of death for Rottweilers, accounting for over 45% of all cases. Their average lifespan is usually only 8 to 10 years, shorter than many other breeds. Because of this, medical expenses for Rottweilers are staggering. Data indicates that insurance claim amounts for Rottweilers are the highest among all dog breeds. Owners often spend over $300 a year just on insurance premiums. If surgery or specialized medical treatment is required, the costs often increase exponentially. Therefore, what truly makes the Rottweiler an expensive breed, beyond its $9,000 initial price tag, is the long-term investment required for its health maintenance. Despite these health concerns, the Rottweiler is still regarded as an elite family companion. They are fiercely loyal to their owners and highly obedient, often displaying a gentleness that contradicts their tough exterior. With proper socialization and training from a young age, many Rottweilers are incredibly friendly toward children and family members, making them ideal guardian dogs. In the UK, there was once a Rottweiler named Jake, who received a bravery award for helping his owner thwart a violent assault. This serves as a testament to their courageous and protective nature. In the United States, another Rottweiler named Buddy participated in the rescue efforts following the Oklahoma City bombing, becoming a widely celebrated hero dog. However, the lifestyle habits of a Rottweiler mean they are not a perfect fit for every household. They require a significant amount of exercise. Daily walks and rigorous training are absolutely essential. Without enough physical activity, they may develop anxiety or exhibit destructive behavior. I'm sure many of you find the name Azawakh quite unfamiliar. Whether in real life or across the internet, it is rare to catch a glimpse of this particular breed. So what exactly is the story behind them? As it turns out, the Azawakh originates from the Sahel region of the sub-Saharan desert. It takes its name from the Azawakh Valley, located between Niger and Mali. For centuries, nomadic tribes like the Tuareg and Fulani have relied on these dogs for hunting and guarding their homes. In the scorching desert, they use their deer-like, graceful stride to pursue prey over long distances. They excel at catching agile animals like gazelles and hares, while also serving as vigilant protectors of camps and livestock. However, their presence was once limited only to Africa. It was not until 2019 that the American Kennel Club officially recognized it as the 193rd breed, gradually introducing it to the international stage. Even so, they remain exceptionally rare, ranking as the 5th rarest breed in North America. Due to their limited numbers, importing a purebred Azawakh often requires sourcing from Europe or even Africa. This keeps their price quite high. A purebred specimen suitable for exhibition or breeding can easily fetch up to $9,500. Male Azawakhs typically stand 64 to 74 centimeters at the shoulder, while females stand between 60 and 70 centimeters. They weigh approximately 20 to 25 kilograms and 15 to 20 kilograms respectively. Their bodies are remarkably slender, with ribs clearly visible, and lean muscles that are far from bulky. When running, the Azawakh's gait is light and fluid, almost appearing as if they are hovering. While the Azawakh is intensely loyal to its owner, it tends to be wary and aloof toward strangers, making it an excellent guard dog. In a home environment, they are gentle yet sensitive, and do not respond well to harsh treatment. Training them requires immense patience and a gentle touch. Positive reinforcement is far more effective than stern commands. This breed naturally requires plenty of exercise. At least 30 to 60 minutes of high-intensity activity daily is a must. They are even happiest when running alongside their owners. These unique traits make the Azawakh more than just a pet. It is the ideal companion for running enthusiasts. Compared to other breeds, the Azawakh has relatively few hereditary diseases. While epilepsy or neurological issues can occasionally occur, their overall health is generally robust. With a lifespan between 12 and 15 years, and given high-quality care, they can be a healthy long-term companion for their owners. Interestingly, many people seeing an Azawakh for the first time might mistake them for a malnourished greyhound or whippet, because their bodies are so incredibly thin, with ribs prominently showing. However, this appearance is not a sign of malnutrition, but rather the result of thousands of years of evolution. It is precisely this unique physique that allows them to thrive in the blistering desert. After a long run, in 2014 at a luxury pet expo auction held in Zhejiang Province, China. A real estate developer spent approximately $1.95 million to purchase a pair of Tibetan Mastiffs standing over 78 centimeters tall and weighing more than 90 kilograms. This instantly set the market ablaze. Originating from the Tibetan Plateau, the Tibetan Mastiff is hailed as the Oriental deity dog throughout its millennial history. They have been indispensable companions to nomadic herders, primarily used to guard flocks and monasteries against wolves, leopards, and even brown bears. Their powerful build, alert nature, and fearless aura make them natural-born guardians. Ancient texts also record that the Tibetan Mastiff is often seen as a divine incarnation and the most loyal protector of the Tibetan regions. Because of this, they are more than just a canine species. They are a symbol of faith and majesty. Visually, the Tibetan Mastiff's presence is truly unforgettable. An adult male can weigh between 40 to 70 kilograms. With some massive individuals exceeding 90 kilograms, they possess a thick double coat, with a particularly dense mane around the neck and shoulders. That gives them a lion-like majesty. Their colors vary greatly, commonly appearing in black, reddish, brown, and gold, as well as the rare blue-gray. Their gaze is deep and penetrating, exuding a calm yet vigilant temperament that immediately distinguishes them from ordinary dogs. Tibetan Mastiffs remain highly wary of strangers, but show unparalleled loyalty and protective instincts toward family members. Due to their massive size and staggering strength, they are ill-suited for cramped city apartments. They require vast open spaces to stay active. Furthermore, this breed's stubborn personality demands an experienced owner to provide early socialization and rigorous training. Otherwise, they may show aggression due to overactive guarding instincts. Suffice it to say, the Tibetan Mastiff is not for everyone. It is more of a status symbol. This has caused their prices to skyrocket, easily breaking the $10,000 mark. In 2011, a red Tibetan Mastiff named Big Splash was sold in China for approximately $1.5 million, garnering international attention. But it was that golden-haired Tibetan Mastiff in 2014 that set the record at $1.95 million, pushing the breed to its absolute peak value. Moreover, the maintenance cost for a Tibetan Mastiff is jaw-dropping. Given their gargantuan size, they require a massive daily intake of high-quality food, along with professional grooming for their coats and ample space for exercise. While they are generally healthy, they are prone to hip dysplasia, hypothyroidism, and various eye conditions. Therefore, regular checkups and genetic testing are essential. In the first year of ownership alone, expenses for a Tibetan Mastiff can reach $2,700 to $8,500, and as they age, those costs will only continue to climb. It is also worth mentioning that the prestige of the Tibetan Mastiff is not just a Chinese craze. They have made their mark in the West as well. Early on, several Tibetan Mastiffs were brought to Europe and America to serve as guardians and companion dogs. The history of the Chow Chow can be traced back thousands of years to northern China. It is considered one of the world's oldest and rarest breeds. The famous explorer, Marco Polo, noted in his travels seeing Chow Chows pulling sleds. Legend has it that one Chinese ruler once kept as many as 5,000 Chow Chows, proving their status as a special symbol among royalty and nobility. The Chow Chow's appearance is highly distinctive and medium-sized. They stand about 43 to 56 centimeters at the shoulder and weigh between 20 to 32 kilograms. They have a thick double coat, with particularly fluffy fur around the neck, like a lion's mane, giving them a dignified and noble look. Their coat colors are diverse, ranging from red and black to blue and cream. Among them, the white Chow Chow is exceptionally rare and often commands a much higher price. Its most distinctive feature is that rare bluish-black tongue. This is an incredibly rare genetic trait in the canine world. It shares a certain genetic lineage with another ancient Chinese breed, the Shar-Pei. Unlike other breeds, the Chow Chow is not exactly the social butterfly type. Instead, it often maintains a dignified sense of distance. They are highly wary of strangers, yet remain fiercely loyal and affectionate toward their owners. This independent and stubborn personality makes training quite a formidable challenge. Without early socialization and proper education, behavioral issues are likely to arise. Therefore, the Chow Chow is better suited for experienced owners. Its exorbitant price tag is another reason the Chow Chow is world famous. Estimates suggest the total lifetime cost of raising a Chow Chow can easily reach over $11,000. In certain countries and regions, that figure can even surpass $20,000, because beyond the initial purchase price, there are long-term expenses like food and professional grooming. Just monthly food and routine care can range anywhere from $260 to $900. The accumulated costs over the years are truly jaw-dropping. Common health issues for Chow Chows include hip and elbow dysplasia, as well as entropy and inward-turning eyelids, skin allergies, and thyroid dysfunction. These ailments do not just affect their quality of life, they also mean owners must shoulder expensive medical bills. Their average lifespan is between 8 and 12 years. With proper care, they can certainly live longer, but this implies a long-term investment and responsibility. Unlike the high-energy breeds mentioned earlier, while the Chow Chow requires moderate exercise, they are not exactly hyperactive. A few walks a day are enough to keep them healthy. However, they have high environmental requirements, especially a low tolerance for extreme heat. They are much better suited for cooler climates. Furthermore, due to their thick, heavy double coat, regular grooming and maintenance are absolute essentials. Otherwise, they are prone to matting or skin infections. For true dog lovers, raising a Chow Chow is more than just a status symbol. It is a commitment and a long-term companionship, whether it is that blue-black tongue or that lion-like mane. It makes the Chow Chow a truly one-of-a-kind, fluffy aristocrat in the canine world. The Renaissance was an era filled with symbolism. The little lion dog was seen as a symbol of courage. Legend has it that if a knight died in battle, a lion would be carved at his feet. If he died peacefully, a statue of a lion dog would take its place. The name Lochen actually originates from German, meaning little lion. Regarding the origin of the Lochen's lion-style haircut, there is a widely circulated theory. Court ladies used these dogs as natural hot water bottles for warmth. Others believe the trim was simply to maintain hygiene. Whatever the motivation, this look gave the Lochen a unique status symbol, making them popular among European nobility for centuries. However, as times changed, the breed gradually faded from the public eye. By the time of World War II, the Lochen was on the brink of extinction. In 1973, only 65 remained worldwide. They were even labeled by the Guinness World Records as the rarest dog breed in the world. That they survived to this day is entirely thanks to the efforts of a Belgian lady named Bennert. She had been raising Lochens since 1897. Upon realizing the breed was in peril, she vowed to save them. In the years that followed, Bennert collaborated closely with German breeders to gradually restore the population while maintaining bloodline quality. In 1971, Charles and Jane Custis imported 3 pairs of Lochens from the UK. This marked the breed's official entry into North America, where they slowly gained recognition from major kennel clubs. Despite the recovery in numbers, the Lochen remains exceptionally rare. Today, fewer than 300 new puppies are registered globally each year. Their price tags, therefore, remain sky-high. Market prices can reach as much as $12,000. Compared to the steep initial cost, their robust health is quite a consolation. With an average lifespan of 13 to 15 years, they are truly companions worth the long-term investment. The Lochen is compact in size, usually weighing between 5 to 8 kilograms. Their coat is silky, soft, and often wavy, commonly seen in gold, silver, black, cream, or parti-coloured. After a signature grooming, the short hair on the hindquarters contrasts sharply with the fluffy mane on the front. Add to that a tufted lion tail, and they look just like miniature lions. Because they shed very little, they are considered hypoallergenic, making them perfect for those with pet hair sensitivities. Furthermore, the Lochen is lively and outgoing. They absolutely love human interaction, fitting into family life like a glove. They get along famously with children. However, they are also quite clingy and dependent on companionship. If left alone for long periods, they are prone to separation anxiety, which manifests as barking or destructive behavior. They are intelligent, agile, and quick learners, responding exceptionally well to positive reinforcement training. They often achieve impressive results in agility or obedience competitions. But do not be fooled, daily maintenance for a Lochen is no walk in the park. Their long hair requires regular grooming, otherwise it tangles and mats easily. To maintain that traditional lion look, a professional trim is usually needed every 8 to 12 weeks. Moreover, they are bundles of energy. Despite their small stature, they still need moderate daily exercise, such as walks or playtime. Known as the smiling sled dog, the Samoyed is world-renowned for its fluffy white coat and upturned grin. Not only is its appearance top tier, but its price is also quite beautiful, and by that, I mean pricey. Costs can soar up to $14,000. The Samoyed originated in Siberia, initially bred by the Samoyedic people, for herding reindeer, pulling sleds, and warding off the cold. In the harsh Arctic environment, these dogs were more than just labor. They were companions and guardians for the tribe. They even slept with their owners, their warm bodies serving as heaters against sub-zero winds. In the late 19th century, European explorers and British royalty brought the Samoyed to the West. With its elegant looks and gentle temperament, it quickly became a highly coveted pet breed. Physically, the Samoyed is a medium to large breed, Males stand between 51 to 60 centimeters at the shoulder and can weigh 20 to 30 kilograms, with females being slightly smaller. Their coat is mostly pure white, cream, or a light tan biscuit color. The double coat is thick and insulating, with a straight outer layer and a soft, dense undercoat. During shedding season, a Samoyed's hair loss is legendary, or rather, a nightmare. Owners must invest significant effort into grooming. Nevertheless, Samoyeds remain incredibly popular because they are smart, lively, and socially charming. They have a strong pack mentality and an innate desire to please humans. They are ideal companion dogs for families and children. A Samoyed's lifespan averages 12 to 14 years, with some living up to 15. As a member of the family, they require daily exercise and constant companionship, demanding patience and responsibility from their owners. Many owners say that while raising a Samoyed is full of challenges, those soulful, smiling eyes and that heart-healing grin make all the hard work totally worth it. Keep in mind, they are high energy, requiring plenty of exercise and mental stimulation. Otherwise, they can get quite mischievous out of boredom. Samoyeds are born runners. Some might even wander off for miles if given the chance. Therefore, a leash is a must when heading out. They are friendly and approachable, but they certainly are not qualified guard dogs, as they often greet strangers with nothing but warmth. The supply of purebred Samoyeds is limited, yet market demand remains through the roof, causing their value to climb continuously. Moreover, maintaining superior bloodlines, health standards, and an ideal physique requires a massive investment of both capital and time. Most importantly, the Samoyed is prone to complex health issues, commonly including corneal dystrophy, autoimmune diseases, and heart conditions. A single medical treatment can cost as much as $5,000. Add to that regular grooming, health checkups, and insurance premiums, and the overall cost of maintenance is truly staggering. In fact, in a sense, the reason the Samoyed is called the smiley dog is not just because of its appearance, but because of the warmth and joy it brings to humans. From the Siberian snowfields to modern metropolises, from sled-pulling partners to beloved family pets, the Samoyed uses its smile to define the enduring emotional bond between humans and dogs spanning thousands of years. In 2021, the Associated Press broke a news story claiming that in 1992, a German shepherd named Gunther Vai inherited a fortune from its owner, a German noblewoman, the late Countess Carlotta Liebenstein. The inheritance was worth 100 million Italian lire, roughly equivalent to 3 billion new Taiwan dollars, making it the wealthiest dog in the world. A dog inheriting an estate. This practically challenged everything people knew about common sense regarding property and inheritance rights, but precisely because of that, it attracted a media frenzy. Reports stated that Gunther Vai did not just have massive funds, but also a trust fund established in its name, with a professional team specifically managing the assets. The reports even detailed its luxurious lifestyle, dining daily on steaks and lobsters prepared by a private chef, and even traveling by private jet. What was even more shocking was that the news pointed out the dog was planning to sell a mansion, the very villa that was once the residence of the pop queen, Madonna, with an asking price in the tens of millions of dollars. However, the story soon took a sharp turn. Just as global media outlets were racing to report it, an increasing number of skeptical voices emerged. Some pointed out that it is impossible for a dog to legally hold real estate, let alone sign a sales contract. Subsequently, investigative journalists uncovered a more startling inside story. It turns out the so-called Countess, Carlotta Liebenstein, never even existed. This entire inheritance saga was a hoax from the very beginning. The true mastermind was an Italian tycoon named Maurizio Mian. Coming from a wealthy pharmaceutical family, his family already possessed vast riches. To grab headlines for commercial promotion, and possibly to facilitate certain tax maneuvers, he designed this theatrical plot about a billionaire dog. In reality, the story of Gunther the Red inheriting the estate was just the first link forged by Mian. Through a fictional noble and a phantom inheritance, he gave the dog a legendary identity. Then, through a so-called chain of succession, he introduced Gunther Ive, V, and Vi one after another, continuously updating the story and to bolster credibility. The Gunther Foundation and Gunther Corporation were established. They operated funds publicly, buying mansions in the dog's name, investing in clubs and hosting lavish parties, even dabbling in the publishing and entertainment industries. The reason this deception lasted for so many years was largely due to the media fanning the flames. Because the story of a dog inheriting millions was so bizarre, many news agencies simply reprinted it, without verification. Even authoritative media outlets like the Associated Press fell victim to the ruse for a time. It was not until the news was exposed in 2021 that the app issued an urgent statement admitting the error, deleting the original article, and publicly acknowledging it was a misleading hoax. Alright, that concludes today's video. Out of the 10 most expensive dogs in the world we have introduced, which one impressed you the most? Feel free to let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.